Once upon a time, there were two men who shared a room in a hospital. They were both very sick and had to lay flat almost the whole time, and so they couldn't really see one another, but they could talk, and they did, about all sorts of things. And even though talking was difficult at times because they were so ill, their companionship meant the world to both of them. One of the men's beds were close to the only window in their room, and every afternoon he was helped to sit up for about an hour to drain some of the fluid from his lungs. And this hour became one of the most special times that a friend shared, because the guy that was lying flat and couldn't look anywhere other than the ceiling asked his friend, "Tell me, what do you see?" And the guy opposite the window would start with a detailed description of the world outside the window. He told his friend about his magnificent view. There was the most amazing park with a beautiful lake, rolling lawns and stunning trees. He described how children played games, and he counted the ducks and the swans on the lake and told his roommate how the children fed them. He described couples walking hand in hand among the flowers, what families had for their picnics, and how the season subtly changed with different flowers coming out. And the man who could sit up described how, if you looked carefully through the highest branches of the trees, you could see the skyline of the city nearby. And these descriptions of the world outside and the stories that was told became the highlight of the day for the man who couldn't see out of the window. It was like the other man's view of out of the window lifted his soul and brightened his world. The scene that was described kept him going during the long nights. One night, though, the man by the window died peacefully in his sleep. And this left his roommate very sad. He missed his friend, and he missed the daily encouragement he gave him when he told him of what he saw outside. And when the nurse came in again, he asked if his bed could be moved closer to the window. And even though he weren't allowed to sit up, the moment she left the room, he propped himself up to see the beautiful scene for himself. And as he did so, he was completely stunned, because their window looked out on nothing but a blank wall. And so when the nurse came back, he said, "I don't understand. My friend said he saw the most amazing view out of the window. All I see is a blank wall." The nurse looked at him and said, "Didn't you know? He was blind." His friend may have been blind, but he was the one who could truly see. He saw what his friend needed, and so he saw hope where his friend felt despair. He saw encouragement where his friend was discouraged, and he saw a beautiful world where his friend could only see a blank wall. May I encourage you to also really see the need of others? May you also look beyond the blank walls around you and see a beautiful world. And who knows, when you share it with others, it may just lift their souls more than you would ever